Hello, welcome to first camp of 2021. We're up at location now. We're in a private location. I can't say where we are. I've got permission off at landowner, and one of the criteria he said for us staying here is that we're not allowed to divulge where we are. It's going to be Ella and Oliver's first wild camp. My first for a good number of years. It's a little bit windy, but where I'm putting tent we have actually got a bit of refuge, so it's we've got a bit of shelter from a wall and an old farm building. So I'm going to get tent pitched up first. We've not had to walk very far. We got dropped off and we've not had to walk very far to where we are, so we're quite lucky in that respect. So we're carrying a lot of weight between us, but we've got plenty of food. So I'm carrying 2 sleep systems. I'm carrying Ella's as well because she wouldn't have been able to manage her own, a bit heavy. So yeah, we'll get us a little camp set up, and then I'll show you a few things around, and we'll have a bit of a chat. But I really want to film this one week being Ella and Oliver's first one, and it'll be a good memory for them to look back on in a number of years. So and it's just good to be getting out. Probably got an hour at most of daylight left. I don't think we've got a great deal of daylight looking at where the sun is now, so I'm going to get cracked on, get tent pitched, and get stuff in. I found a nice running water source, so I've just filled up the water. We've just pitched tent, got 2 dudes in the tent. They're in the onesies and sleeping bags and whatever else, whatever other ludicrous stuff I had to carry in. And I'm just walking back down with water now. There is a few sheep kicking about, so I'm going to filter it and then boil it, just as precaution. But where source runs, there's hardly any animals up there, so it's as good as it gets, really. I think it's I've not come in my fleece. I've left it in tent. I thought the water source was a little closer than it is, and I'm bleeding cold. But I'll get back and we'll get in a sleeping bag, and I'll be sound once I've and we'll get Whisper like that or Pocket Rocket, boil some water, have a nice hot drink, and then we'll get some kip. I think it's going to be dark soon. All good so far though. Dudes seem to be loving it, which is aim at game. That was the most important thing. So this oat lead bag that I've got is an absolute winner. It's like a tap. When you hang it up, drain it into your filter, Whisper light's already going straight into the pot, through filter, get rid of most of the stuff, throw into the pot, boil it up, and then I'll transfer. I've got a couple of bottles with me which I transfer it into. Double stove on go, mate. Get that water boiled. So we're in this tent. Dudes are in the sleeping stuff. I'm just boiling up a bit of water. I have a pot noodle, not extravagant this evening. Should have a bit of a better breakfast tomorrow, I think. It's really windy as well, which I wasn't expecting, but not a lot we can do about it now. We're here. We're not actually. I think everyone's quite warm. It's all actually quite good, if I'm honest with you. Tent went up relatively easy, having collected some water and purified it and whatnot. As I say, we're just having his evening meal. Time's about going on for 9 o'clock now. It's pretty dark. Sun went down. I think we lost sunlight about an hour ago, something like that. Maybe half an hour ago. So just gonna have my pot noodle. I think we'll have a bit of time on his phones, maybe a bit of YouTube or whatever, and then try and get some kip. Odd sheep keeps coming past and whatnot, but yeah, we're good. It's all good. So If no major happens in the evening, we'll shall talk to you in the morning.
Bye.
Bye. There's his tent. Dudes are in asleep. I've just been to the toilet. I'm gonna get back in now because it's a bit cold. So I'll talk to you in the morning. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning, and wow, is it windy. The tent is bowing, somewhat chronic. But it's doing quite well so far. Neither of the dudes have woke up at all. And I've had about 20 minutes sleep. Not cold at all, you know. Sleep system or whatever's all good, but just can't get away from that wind, the noise. But I'm happy as long as dudes get a good sleep. I can have a little snooze tomorrow day. So once we get home to somewhere sane, it's actually calmed down a bit since I've started filming. So let's hope there's no more events. I can't believe it, but it snowed. You can see it on top of the tent. When I first just woke up just now, I thought, what on earth's that? And it's snow. Ludicrous. Morning. So I'm actually up now and out at 10. What an absolute crazy night we've had. Wind, like tent were bent over. We had rain and then it snowed. Absolute lunacy. Just to get, and it's about -1 at the moment. Them two dudes are still completely asleep in tent. I'm just gonna give you an idea how cold it is. There's an icicle formed off at water bag where water that were in neck of it's popped it open and dribbled some out. There's the tent. Looking majestic. And this time I got it pitched literally perfect. The sides of the vestibule are right down to the floor. Just a bit of experience from pitching it last time, and that's kept the snow completely out of the vestibules. So none of the gear's wet, everything's good. I just give you a very quick look at this fantastic place that we're at. We've been able to camp outside a ruined farm building. No, very privileged to have been allowed to stay here. We've been a private land ownership. The Jaran, I can't believe how well it performed. Certainly better than my sleeping bag. Still standing. It took a serious battering last night. Nice memorable first Wildcamp for Oliver and Ella. Well, certainly going to be memorable for me. I don't think they'll remember any of it because they've slept all the way through, little buggers. But no, they had some time on the devices. Ella brought her iPad, Oliver brought his phone, and they were watching some YouTube and stuff like that. We had some snacks and they loved it. Oliver's in his new pipe dream sleeping bag, and I kept checking them to see how warm they were. They're both completely fine, so that's good. So yeah, perfect night from my point of view, other than being a bit cold, but as I say, as long as them two are good, I'm good. So just gonna get some sausages cooked up for dudes. Looks like them sausages are done, so we'll get them served up and I can start cooking mine. So for myself, I'm cooking a bacon, sausage and bean sarnies. Got both at stoves on go. Just going to get this knocked out and then start getting packed up. We've not left as early as we probably should have, but we're on private land, so no one's going to be here to boot us off. So it's all good. Looks like we're nearly ready now. Everything's buzzing. The sun's come out and all. Lovely. I'm going to warm up in no time at this rate. So that's tent nearly down. Sun's absolutely blazing now. Have you two dudes had a good time? Yeah? Happy with your first wild camp? What did you think, Ella?
Good.
Good. Probably shouldn't have snowed, should it?
No.
Made it a little bit colder, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oliver woke up, didn't even know it had snowed, did you? Bless you.
All I knew is that my toes were cold.
Yeah, you took your socks off like when I told you not to, didn't you? Bless you, you'll learn. Right, say bye, Oliver.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Just a quick video area. That's where we cooked. That's where we filtered as water just there. Obviously, not a lot we can do about the snow ring around, but that'll soon melt. And then we've left no trace. If you are outdoors, especially with scenes we've seen locally in Incliffe Park and stuff like that, please leave no trace. Please leave it how you found it. No litter left behind, no rubbish. And that's their first ever wild camp done. I hope they've enjoyed it. They say they have. We weren't too cold, and had some nice breakfast. We're just walking off up now. Going to get picked up. It's not actually that cold. Get a lift home. Quick message for Oliver and Ella: if you ever watch this back in months or years to come, I hope you remember it as this is your first ever wild camp, and that you did have a bit of fun, hopefully. And I'll talk to you all soon.